Hey everybody, welcome to Graded Point 5. Gosh golly gee willikers. I found a mulatto in the back earlier, and I put him on the show.
Excuse me, I'm not a mulatto. I am Piper's vagina bones.
Oh, I'm sorry. I found Piper's vagina bones and put him on the show.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little bit
Found
better.
him in the back.
Piper's a little bit like a snail.
Wow.
I was expecting to chat in a minute and go, wow. What's going on here? Tell me more about Piper's vagina bones. Says we got 0 viewers. I know we can do better than that. Come on, people, get in here, and so we can talk shit at each other.
Mine still says 4 waiting, so.
Okay, it's
we're
working now.
live.
It says
There
3
we go.
viewers. There we go. It's coming. It's
It's doing some things. It's doing the do.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yep. That's what we were expecting. That's what there.
That's the reaction that I'm here for.
Yeah, that's Jordan, welcome back. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. I spent a little bit of time away. Had to focus on some real life shit, but I am back now to do what I do, which is apparently just make fun of Piper all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's I mean, we try. I think we did a pretty good job between me and Cab and Xavier. We kind of, we put the screws through her, so to speak. But
I mean, but nobody picks on Piper the way I do.
oh no, obviously not. But
I mean, that could be. I guess that gets said about anything. Nobody goes in on a topic the same way that I do. I guess.
Let's see. Demented for fun. Now, what did I just walk into? First thing I hear is Piper's vagina bone. Our quest for monetization just got derailed tonight.
Talking about, man. Look, vagina bones are very advertiser friendly.
This is true. Yeah, I'm sure Maxie will be glad to advertise on her video.
Yeah, I'm sure. Always or Kotex or one of those brands. They'll be like, vaginas are being mentioned. Girl power.
Right?
We can even get Summer's Eve, in here. That would be good. Hey, Mom, you ever had that not so fresh feeling?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that the douching product?
Yeah.
I mean, we got plenty of douchebaggery going on here. Yeah, that's true. Never mind.
It's like, so is that pipe penis?
It's Piper endorsing a new sex toy.
I
Give it
can't
time, it'll
endorse
probably
them.
fucking happen.
If I find one that lives long enough, I will endorse the shit out of it.
Look, we've had this
Until then.
conversation. It's not a matter of these toys not lasting long enough. Your vagina is just a fucking meat grinder. Silicone, whatever fucking material those fucking things are made out of grinder. You've told stories on stream about how you've gone so far as to burn yourself because
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
woman.
I was bored.
Just bury the fuck. Oh, he wasn't here for all that. Oh my God.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my Jordan.
Jordan's had a lot of catching up to do.
Oh my
What
God.
did I miss?
There's
Okay.
a lot of streams that you're going to have to go back and listen.
Okay, briefly. I will go over this briefly. Okay. Piper put out a tweet because her son had been going through a pilfering phase, right?
Right?
Where he had been just taking shit and stashing in his room.
Oh, as you do.
As you do. And was it your ex-boyfriend or something that found the stuff in his room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, X.
So her ex found some stuff in his room, and it was, well, Piper, tell him what it was that was.
All right. So it was stuff that I thought I had tossed out because it was, well, except one of them. But there was anal beads and a broken vibrator and my overpriced fancy cum lube.
Well,
And then Piper...
Which is primarily for videos, not actually for, lubing anything, so I was pretty pissed.
And so Piper, in her wisdom, tweets about it, and
I was pissed
with pictures.
because I was out at an appointment and got the picture sent to me, and I was pissed.
And she says, like I said, I'm paraphrasing it, but essentially it's like, look what was found in my son's room. He's like, you would say these are not yours, or
I said, found this in my son's room. He's 13. I wouldn't be publicly like shaming him like this if it weren't for the fact that these aren't his. And then I said, good luck getting that vibrator to work, dude. It's dead. I thought I threw it away. Or no, I thought I threw it out. It's dead.
Yeah, that was the tweet.
Yep.
This became an international phenomenon.
Of course it did.
Not
Very
only...
brief, not Fetusberry level.
Not Fetusberry level. I don't know if you heard about his memory, but...
I saw his Chex Mix thing.
Oh, dude, you didn't hear about... You not only cheated the game, but yourself? Oh.
I don't think so.
Okay, there was this brief story,
but interviews for that one.
Okay, oh well, to finish up Piper's story, so it went viral. Had the thought police on both sides of the political aisle coming after her. You're a horrible mother. This is why a father needs to be in the home. Yada yada yada. The other side,
and of course, a whole bunch of the caucasity.
Yeah. You need to, we're going to call CPS, you need your child taken away from you, blah, blah, blah.
Shinobi Raccoon is in the chat. Such a trooper was actually trying to run defense, so I didn't have to repeat myself.
He kept he kept showing the tweets, her explanation tweet.
Here's the rest of the story.
Yeah. Oh, and then the whole and on the progressive side, they were all like, I can't believe you're kink shaming your child. I'm like,
but she wasn't kink shaming. She was thief shaming that little shit because he stole her shit.
Yeah,
he stole shit.
Yeah, exactly. That was the whole thing.
He's doing the same thing.
Shit, he should at least watch what he freaking steals. And yeah, we busted. We got some pedos off of Twitter that day.
Yeah, because Twitter, pedos started coming in and trying to be moralizing, but at the same time, they were basically send pics.
They were sitting there describing nasty stuff in detail that they know for a fact that he was doing.
Yeah, they were saying he's shoving this up his ass and blah 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 this da 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 da, and it's like, well, dude, nobody ever said that. In fact,
was bro, nobody mentioned that.
Yeah, in fact, when Piper explains in a later tweet, she sat him down. What's going on, big guy? And all he was saying is I'm stealing shit for attention. That was essentially the long short of it. That was the long short of it. He wasn't doing anything weird. He wasn't exploring his sexuality. He was just being a shit.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, it was because
had to steal the one thing that could get mom's attention.
Yeah.
Sexual stuff.
Wow.
Now, what's funny...
For my mom, better steal her toy.
Now, the caveat to this is what she did on April Fool's, which I thought was even funnier.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I have to pull up the graphic?
Piper, what did you do now?
Piper, what did you do?
That was the second stream. That was the graphic for this for
that stream. Yeah, we put that up
this one.
We've had to use that now. We've had to use that twice.
Yeah, and that's
I'm glad it was getting some use.
I think we should for graded 0.5, and I think that should be one of the t-shirt options too.
Yeah, Piper, what did you do now?
What did you do version?
Yeah. But the April Fools that she did, she said she basically played it up good. I said I was proud of her for pulling this, right? She goes I went in his room again and what the fuck, right? And it was a gigantic ass butt plug and a kitten.
Jesus
on a bed.
Christ.
On a bed. So it looked hilarious. I'm laughing my ass off. And plus, the best part, the butt plug was pointing at the kitten. So it was
it was like a half inch from touching butthole. So.
Yeah. So it was fucking hilarious. And of course, the kitten, because you know how cats are when they have their picture taken, they look terrified. So he already looked terrified. Now to explain the Fetusberry thing. If anybody anybody's watching don't know who Fetusberry is, Fetusberry Crunch on Twitter. He's a cool guy. Check him out. He, laugh a minute essentially. He's a funny guy. I love him. Need to have him on the show sometime. He's a great guy. With the caveat that he gets a mic that doesn't blow my ears out.
Well, I think he does everything he does is on his fucking phone.
Yeah. I just tell him how to. Okay, all right, fetus. We're just gonna be. You're gonna have to be a little quiet. Just calm down a little. But anyway, he put out a tweet. It's basically. Hold on, I can. Let me do it on this one. Because what it was, games journalist, of course, right? Put out a thing about how they cheated at Sirocco or Sekiro or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Sekiro.
Yeah, it's Sekiro. Yeah. Only cheated the game. Okay.
I mean, I'm familiar with that meme. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. That Fetus started that.
Did he really?
Yeah, that was him. He started the whole
That's
you not only cheated the
Yeah,
gamers but
that
yourself.
one got huge.
Yeah. Did you know that Cam Clark, as Liquid fucking Snake, did a take on it?
Yes, I heard about that. Josh was telling me about that.
That was so awesome.
You know that right now on the Super Nerdland website there is an Easter egg.
Mm-hmm.
If you go onto the website and you do the Konami code, something pops up.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanna go onto the Super Nerdland website and show people that.
Do it.
Let me
Do
do that. Hold on a second.
Do you remember? Do you remember what the fucking Konami code is? Just
It's God, up, down. God
go
bless.
up, 2 down, left, right, BA, start.
Okay,
you don't have
up,
to do the start
okay.
part.
Okay, let's see. So super. Oh God, people are seeing my search and it came up with NFL Super Pro. Like, no.
Don't let them know that I'm a fucking nerd.
So you do it on the arrow keys, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, so it's what was it up, down,
Left, right, BA.
left, right, BA. Oh, up, down, left, right, B. I should say A BA and I said AB. It's not working for me.
Are you doing left, right once or twice?
Once.
Yes, it's 2 up, 2 down, left, right, BA.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was right then. Okay.
Okay, up, down, left,
This
right.
Negro
left,
over here
right,
don't know what the fucking
BA.
Konami code is. God damn it.
Oh, there it is.
Man.
You cheated not only the website but yourself. You didn't grow. You didn't improve. You took a shortcut and gained nothing. You experienced a hollow victory. Nothing was risk and nothing was gain.
Well, reach fetus berry level.
I mean, you should.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been so long since you'd come out. I remember it's like when I was, because I had Super Nintendo, I had the Capcom code so I could get like the extra outfits in Street Fighter 2. And we could do versus mode, mirror mode, and shit like that. That was down R up LYB. See, I remember shit like that.
I remember this weirdly shit for fucking Capcom, but I don't remember the Konami code, which is like that's such a staple of like nerd bullshit that you should never forget it.
I understand that, but I think the reason why is I didn't play many Konami games, so
Neither did
I just if I don't play, I don't remember shit like that. That's all.
I love the fact that you're like actually trying to defend yourself to me. You're like, nigga, calm down, damn, just fucking cut me some slack. Jeez.
Yeah, right.
Back one day and you're like busting my balls. Damn it, fuck.
Oh gosh, vagina bones are wrecking my shit over here. Never going to recover from this, to be honest.
Soviet Russia, vagina bones destroy you.
Okay, so let's talk about
Another one bites the dust.
just like Piper's vibrators. So let's talk about some news, I guess you could say. Okay. So last week, if you were here, we talked about Mark Waid and your boy Zach's lawsuit, and how a lot of stuff came out in Discovery. Well, not Discovery, more of like depositions and things like that. So Mark Waid essentially, this whole thing is started. It was trying to get, it's trying to get the venue changed. They don't want Mark Waid's going to lose. That's just a long short of it. Now, what happened today is because of the latest filings by Mark Waid's attorney, he is now asking the court to dismiss the case.
I'm not up to date on this, so this is my first time.
So you're going to hear about this because The owner of Antarctic Press, I'll get to that in a minute, and I'll explain why. I want to lead you into this, okay? The owner of Antarctic Press denied that Mark Waid did anything. That's essentially what happened. Even though text messages and stuff showed differently, but whatever.
I was going to say, but they're lying then, kind of.
I'll get to that. Don't worry. I got you.
Oh.
I got you. Just, you know.
I'm just sitting here like, that's not how this works. Not how any of this works.
Like I said, I'm not going under everything. I'm not going to show everything. I'm not going to read everything on Newsarama because Newsarama's garbage. But just to get to the high points of the deposition without having to go to the deposition because they actually had the answers and stuff. In deposition dated March 6, 2019, and linked from Wade's Facebook page, Antarctic Press's publisher Joe Dunn answered questions from Meyer's lawyer, which you read in full here. Following the excerpt seems to support Wade's claim that Dunn states that Waid didn't influence his decision to cancel plans to publish Meyer's Jawbreakers. And so, there were factors that led to Antarctic Press's decision that had no relationship to Mark Waid, correct? Yes. And those factors were concern that your staff and freelancers had expressed, correct? Correct. And include Mr. Meyer's own conduct, correct? Correct. And those factors that led to the AP's decision are factors unrelated to Mark Waid, correct? Correct. Did you make the decision for Antarctic Press, correct? And it was your decision, correct? 100%. And you made the decision voluntarily, correct? And Mark Waid, did he do anything to prevent AP from publishing Mr. Meyer's book? No. And it said Mr. Waid is litigating this case as any defendant would to protect his legal rights as the law allows. Wade's lawyer, Mark S.A., told Newsarama, going to get to you in a minute too. The matter is now before the court, which will decide whether the lawsuit continues in Texas. That plaintiff's followers maniacally act as internet lawyers is humorous but irrelevant. Meyer has not filed a response to Wade's latest filing. He will. Don't worry. Because I'm going to, if anybody who's already watched TUG stream already knows what I'm going to get into. But first, I'm going to read this. Mark Waid giving a lawsuit update. Now, guys, both of you, Piper, Jordan, you know what the worst thing to do when you're in the middle of a lawsuit is? You want to know what the worst thing to do is?
Talk about it at all, really.
No, to take a victory lap before the case is over.
Yeah, that's true.
Guess what Mark Waid was doing this morning?
That thing you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sending this out to my GoFundMe supporters shortly. It's a happy update on the lawsuit filed against me by Richard Meyer, one of the perceived leaders of CommentSgate, and it bears repeating here. Feel free to share far and wide, but prepare to be assailed by CommentSgate harassment if you do. As you'll recall, the main claim in the plaintiff's publicly seeking lawsuit against me is that I committed what is known as tortious interference by phoning his potential publisher to allege coerce and intimidate him into canceling our thousands and thousands of social media posts and hundreds of hours of YouTube videos, since then putting this forth to be absolute, unassailable truth, using it, worst of all, as an excuse to spew out all sorts of objective bigotry, racist, misogynistic bile towards any one of you who might defend or believe in me. There is a reason why they might do that, because you are a fucking liar. Sorry. But here's the thing. Here's what the plaintiff kept from you. The publisher who I alleged threatened and coerced was deposed last month and gave his testimony under oath. Here's a link to a recent court filing that allows you to read that testimony in greater context. I encourage you to, but let's cut right to the heart of it. The emphasis added, are the publisher's actual statements regarding the unending and repeated allegations that I somehow, quote, muscled him, statements made under threat of perjury. So here's why he thinks because under threat of perjury he's got to win, right? Why would somebody lie to the court, right? And all it is just the same thing I read a few minutes ago. This finally publicly validates everything both I and the publisher have said to anyone who would listen. Again, under oath, completely contradicting the plaintiff's claims. The publisher swore to the court that I did nothing to prevent factors that contributed to his decision, none of which, as he has now attested, involve me. The actual factors include damning correspondence from before my alleged interference from AP's own editor-in-chief, a good friend, almost family, telling the publisher he did not want AP associated with the plaintiff because of the plaintiff's own conduct, or else the EIC would want his name removed from all of AP's books. Don't have time to read the deposition? It's nicely summarized in my lawyer's very enlightening reply to the plaintiff's most recent claims. Enjoy.
Oh my.
I'm not even done yet.
God. He's back to being a good friend again. So if you didn't know him, then now he's a good friend again.
Well, he's
So
talking about when he's talking about good
fucked up
friend.
again.
When he's talking about good friend, he's talking about the publisher being a good friend with his EIC. That's what he meant by that. Just to the publisher's statement under oath obliterate the plaintiff's claims against me. That's the truth that the plaintiff doesn't want you to hear. We know he doesn't want you to hear that because last week the plaintiff circulated carefully selected excerpts from the publisher's deposition in an apparent attempt to manipulate public opinion. In other words, as my lawyer explained to the court, by the way, Meyer did not do that. These were publicly filed reports. Yeah. They were all publicly in the public record.
Yeah, if some of them are in there, then all of them are in there.
Anybody could go get them. Right, yeah. It's not like it was no cherry picking. Meyer had the only thing he commented last week about his case was that Mark Zaid was trying to call him a white supremacist because he happened to be in Charlottesville on the day that the person got hit during the Charlottesville protests or whatever the fuck they were. It's inconsequential to this matter. Anyway, plaintiff's cherry picks are on publisher's testimony to support his argument that. And then astonishingly ignores his testimony. AP decided against publishing plaintiff's book because of the plaintiff's own conduct, not anything to do with Waid. Let that sink in. As the plaintiff well knew but chose not to reveal, the actual deposition makes it clear that I have been saying since May of 2018 that I in no way caused the publisher to pull his support from the plaintiff or cancel their contract, and executed contract, by the way, that no one has yet to produce into evidence because the publisher admitted under oath that it was never signed. Doesn't matter. As Nick Ricada would say, doesn't matter. That is the contract.
Yeah, he doesn't realize that this is still under Texas stuff. And,
yeah.
They do shit way different.
Okay, here we go. Now, here's what I want you to remember. This is your takeaway. And don't you guys love it when Mark does this? Mark loves to do this. He's telling you what to think.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to think for yourself. I'm going to tell you what to think because I'm the boss here. Right? This is why it's so important to prove to the court once and for all that it's nothing more than a publicity-seeking nuisance suit. As is abundantly clear from the publisher's own statements made under oath, from this point on, with the truth made clear as day, if any of the plaintiff's followers try to tell you that I did anything wrong that in any way justifies the plaintiff's lawsuit, they are willfully lying to you. They are willfully lying to you in order to paint themselves as victims. They are abuse that mocks and condemns women, people of color, LGBTQ, elemental P people, and others. Get off your fucking high horse. You are not on the goddamn cross. Nobody wants Mark Waid to die for their sins. Most people just want Mark Waid to die.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa now.
I'm sorry.
My favorite part about that statement is you knew it was coming. You knew that look at me, look at how fucking woke I am. I care about all these groups of people. I don't look. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Mark Waid fucking gives a flying fuck about any of these people that he's using to smear another human being with.
Yeah.
You could not pay me to believe that shit, even if you had $1 million goddamn dollars.
Right. To continue, remember that. Remind others of it. If they try to lie to you, present the facts. If they try to gaslight you, hammer them with the facts. Throw the publisher's statement in their face. Keep doing it, because there's no better way to show the world that they will willfully lie to you and others for their own gain. I should have just left it at gay.
Yeah.
So where does this leave us? I wish I could say, but that he thinks he's already won. Thank you for joining me in this ongoing fight against falsehoods and against those who would use this clearly unfounded lawsuit as a platform from which to preach hatred and intolerance. I'm obviously unhappy about those who lie have spent a year attempting to smear my reputation, but I can handle it. What's crucial is to keep in mind that this is the harassment I've experienced, only a tiny fraction of the ugliness and hate that people who experience online bigotry, racism, and misogyny have to deal with every single day. Let us never lose sight of the fact. Okay, third time you mentioned that shit in this though. I think jerking himself off gives him more pleasure than anybody could ever imagine, because that's the only way he'll get touched.
I'm just like listening to the way that he talks about this stuff. I'm amazed. And like one of the things, like looking through what that person is saying, and it's I don't know, maybe it's just me and the cynical fucking brain that I have.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was clearly just doing PR speak.
Yep.
You know, did Mark Waid coerce you into doing this? Oh, of course not. Of course he didn't do anything that made me do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that people will say when they're covering their fucking asses.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
what it looked like to me.
Let me finish this real quick.
Go ahead.
Right now, we're in a good place because the facts are inarguably on our side. If I need your assistance again, and I may well, I'll send up the signal. Once again, I'm a superhero. I'll send the signal, you know?
Oh, my God.
In the meantime, I will continue to keep you apprised whenever I legally can. Be well. And then, of course, these are people jerking them off, you know? Now, are you ready?
Them off hard.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Guess what?
What's that?
The owners of Antarctic Press committed perjury.
Yep.
Not just from what we've seen already, Piper.
Mm.
There's more evidence?
What's his name? The other owner. Not Jim, but the other owner. Had DM conversations with that umbrella guy where he admitted that Mark Waid intimidated them into stopping publishing Jawbreakers. And they even said, we thought about maybe waiting it out and that maybe Mark would just leave us alone.
Oh, my God. So now Wade's not just fucked. Antarctic Press is fucked.
They just committed perjury under oath.
Oh my goodness. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Or at least like these brothers need to talk to each other before they decide to talk to other people.
I know Tug said he held on to it. He had it. He held on to it because, you know, he was hoping our Antarctic would do the right thing. Tell the truth. Yeah. That's all you got to do is tell the fucking truth, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
That's not what they did. It's like Jordan said. You called it right smack on the dot. PR speak.
I mean, because it's not that hard
because they're not giving any extra information.
They're being very clinical in how they're answering these questions. Because most people, listen to any person who's giving an interview. They will always have like a little blurb to say, and usually the person conducting the interview has to cut it down a little bit because you know people tend to be talkative. If you have pre-rehearsed ideas of what you're going to fucking say, it's going to be very much like you're talking to the police. Yes, no, that is correct. No, that is incorrect. Shit like that. You know, it's pretty obvious for if you're.
And like I said, it's a deposition. It's not court testimony, right? It's deposition. Right. You're still under oath. You're still required by law to tell the truth, right?
Yeah, that's why why would they do this? Oh my God.
They think it's going to save their company.
Did Waid mess with him again? It's a lot better to go, yes, we were bullied into, you know, doing this. That's going to make them look a lot better. You know, there was pressure on us. Then going, no, we just decided to be assholes. Whoops. And then get caught lying.
The only thing that I'm curious about is, what did Mark Waid say to them that made them perjure themselves? Because the way that I'm thinking about it, because like we all know,
text messages made it look like.
I don't know if you saw the text messages
anymore, Waid, because now it's gone to court. Don't talk to us anymore. we're done.
Yeah.
So for them to answer like that actually seems like, and not save their own butts, seems weird.
Right.
Because he went on a whole like tweet rant, trying to get them to convince them not. All you got to say is I didn't bully you. Just say I didn't bully you, and everything will be fine. Just say I didn't bully you. Right? It asked.
If everything's on the up and up, he shouldn't have any reason to send texts like that.
Mm-hmm.
You think if you were innocent, you wouldn't have to do any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Plus I'll lose your number. You'll never have to hear from me again.
That was another telling thing. He says, I'll lose your number. You never have to hear from me again. Just tell me that you don't think I bullied you. Right?
Yeah,
and like I said, so, Tug was holding on to this information, thinking not a big deal. They're going to admit it in court, thinking that AP were good guys,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they proved they weren't. So it's time to expose them. If anybody wants to see, unfortunately, I don't have the information in front of me. I asked Tug if he would be willing to share them with me. I'll see if
you don't have those screens.
I don't have those screens. But if you want, go check out Tug's recent stream. I think it's about 45 minutes in. He shows the receipts. He shows the actual screenshots. Even if Dunn deletes his account, of course we know Twitter can recover it. So that's not a defense, right?
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're 100% provable, legit, they're extra fucked. These texts right here already make them fucked. But
so earlier today, I'm sure Waid thought he was in the clear, right?
I think everybody, anybody that's smart should start moving away from AP. And I'm not saying that. I wasn't saying that back when they cut
Richard. Yeah.
They cut his book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, all right, well, it's still their decision. That's their problem.
Yeah.
And because it did sound like they were bullied into it already, so there was that. But here, no.
This was an ass-saving.
This is not a company that I would.
It was an ass-saving move, right? It was an ass-saving move. I believe
it's a lot better to admit, we were bullied into it than going, no, we just decided that we shit business. We're shitty at business practices. I don't know.
Yeah. Who is? I think Brian and company need to cut ties with AP as soon as they can. Who's Brian?
Rags.
Oh, those people. Yeah.
They go through AP. I think they should probably pick it up and move, but I don't know what their contract and stuff looks like either.
Well, obviously it's not hard to break. Just fucking
AP is now in trouble.
Yep.
Where perjury, and I don't know what the repercussions of that are on a company.
Oh, let's put it this way: Ben Dunn, Jim Dunn, you have just ruined your company.
They're done.
Here's the thing: like with Waid doing this thing, making his post, this victory lap. I mean, can't we all say that Waid thought this was a victory lap?
Yeah, definitely. The way that he words it, obviously, that's how
he was sitting there going, "I win! Look at me!"
See, no, Wayne, this was not a victory lap. This was him. This was just eternal jerking himself off.
Yeah,
just like, oh, I am victorious. I've slain my foes. He just throws his cum on the walls.
Yeah.
Someone tell Tim Lim they might want to put My Hero Macadamia on Kickstart. Oh, are they through AP too?
Yeah, they're through AP too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was fine with them, like I said, even when this was going on until this, because, like I said, I know there's repercussions on them. I don't know what those repercussions do to their business, but
yeah,
they still as soon as this is all out for everybody, they're gonna lose a crap ton of business. Yep. Nobody's gonna want to do dealings with them again.
Yeah, some Shinobi Raccoon said it, so I put the picture in the.
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
Oh yeah.
The thing I'm thinking about is, now this information is out. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people who have contracts with AP who are going to go, might want to see if I can get out of that fucking contract.
Yeah.
Or something, because I know.
That's what I was going to say, because I don't think it'll directly touch their business, but it's going to directly touch them, and it's going to get out. And since they own that business and it's about this business, people
you know,
probably
lying under
packing it
oath,
up.
lying under oath is no small thing, by the way. Because somebody said perjury isn't going to have much legal consequences for AP. Maybe not the company, but for Jim Dunn, it is.
Well, that's why they say, but the press on it is going to kill AP.
I think that's the point they're trying to get to. Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to have so much influence on the business as an entity, but the business entity is going to suffer because nobody's going to want to do business with you if they know Mark Waid makes a fucking phone call to you and says, I don't know if you really want to keep that person on. You know, you don't really think you want to publish their stuff.
Yeah, and he's already
Nobody's
admitted
gonna wanna do
to
fucking
making that
business with
call.
Yeah,
He's
Nobody's
already
gonna wanna
admitted
do
to making
business
that
with you if you're
call,
doing
so
that.
he's still guilty too.
yeah, and also that
Just
doesn't even.
because they did not feel bullied doesn't even make a difference. He
And
admitted
also-
he made that call.
And also, the whole tortious interference thing is only one part of it. What about the defamation?
Yeah, he's still guilty of that too.
I mean, they've been calling Richard Meyer a fucking Nazi, for Christ's sake.
And there's witnesses to what he was saying in Texas about him.
Yeah, that's another thing, Jordan. These are the things that popped up. He said in his original brief that he only ever talked about this online. And until there was recording found of him discussing it at a Comic-Con in Houston, Texas. And now he's trying to say that this court does not belong in Texas. So he interfered with two parties that live in Texas, both Richard Meyer and AP, right?
Which is why
defamed,
he was trying to get it out of Texas.
He defamed the other party in Texas while he was in Texas, right? And his whole claim is, I thought he lived in New York. Oh, that makes it all the better.
Oh, okay.
I defamed a New Yorker. Who gives a shit? You know?
My bad.
This is the whole game. It's less about, they're trying to get a dismissal now. It's going to be laughed at, especially once TUG stuff is entered into evidence.
Yeah.
And I believe TUG is probably willing to testify that, these are true statements.
Yeah.
And like I said, all they have to do is recover, Ben Dunn's account, and it'll come right back. I mean, what's Ben Dunn's? He can try to claim it wasn't his, but AP search, forensic IP searches will take care of that.
Yeah.
He fucked up. They both fucked up.
The internet isn't as much of a lawless wasteland as it used to be in its early stages when nobody knew how to really govern what happens on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because now we know how.
Yep. So yeah, you got that. I mean, when I saw TUG's information, because TUG kept saying, he said a couple weeks ago, it doesn't matter what AP says during the deposition. TI will be proven, and I have the proof. I was like, what does he mean by this? Right? And then he, of course, when Jim Dunn pulls this stunt, guess what? Now we know what he meant by this. He is going to, and he will be on Ricada Law tonight. TUG will, so he will definitely be showing the stuff again. Hello, DJ D Show. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, hit the like button.
Yeah, y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all hit that like
don't
button.
hit the like button. We make terrible content. Don't encourage this.
I'm trying to get monetized. What are you doing?
Real job.
I can't get a real job. I'm fat.
I'm fat, white, and male. Nobody likes me. It's bullshit.
Yeah. It's like, don't you know how it works now? I can't get a job anymore.
I mean, that's true. I forgot. I got that Negro privilege.
Got scared for a second there.
You thought I was gonna say.
You thought he was going to say the hard ER there. Oh, man. But yeah, no. So, yeah. Oh, Waid, you magnificent bastard. You thought you had it. You thought you had it, and then it was taken from you.
I kind of like this better. I like this better that he's got this being excited right now. Because it's gonna make the end result that much sweeter. Because he decided to think that he won.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, here's superior edit man. He's tapping the sign. That's he. We talked about this last night on Myers, and he said that he will come in on chat and like pretend to be the hole, like tap on sign, like come on, back on subject. No fun allowed. So he said he would be the hole, so you wouldn't have to be.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, man.
He's doing the Lord's work, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Well, the main argument.
Have I ever tried to keep you guys on subject? Come on.
Well, the main argument in Wade's motion was relating to AP staff mutiny and that Meyer docked store employees, which he asked people to associate their names already in public on FB with their businesses. Duty Piper's vagina bones recommendation. I dislike this video. Damn it. Son of a bitch.
Vagina bones are more powerful than the face.
They are.
That's true. Especially because you got them crazy eyes.
I know. I have those whatever AOC eyes. I
haven't seen an L this satisfying since the Eagles got the Super Bowl ticket from them. Damn, dog. I'm having such a good day now. Listening to GP5, laughing at Waid, and drawing Carl fan art. Good to end the day. All right, yeah. He's doing Carl fan art, but it's probably going to be lewd. I don't know how you figure. I was about to say something stupid, and I'm glad I didn't. But I was about to say, I don't know how you can make a submarine lewd. But then I remember, people have shown me some shit they do with like airplanes and stuff. I don't. So
you seen that shit?
Yeah,
that is my
anime in general.
Yeah,
you can lewd anything, man.
Yeah,
I'll tell you. I've been around the internet for a long goddamn time, but the moment I fucking saw people are like, yeah, these airplanes fucking, and they're anthropomorphized, I was just like, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the early days of 4chan going on to D, and you're like, oh, that's shitting dick nipples. All right, this is all old hat by now. And then I saw airplanes fucking, and for a moment I had to pause.
Yep.
And ask myself, have we gone too far? Then I realized my pants were already around my ankles, so I realized, nope, we haven't gone far enough.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we were talking about tortious interference.
Yeah,
we were talking about that. Now we're talking about a different kind of torsion.
Testicular torsion.
Pulse is dying.
Let's see. Again, all these arguments highlighting that the publishers in Texas heard a jurisdictional dismissal. Yeah, because they literally in their filing, Jordan, they literally put in Texas 27 times.
Christ.
Kind of defeating the purpose, right? They were really hoping that this motion would get them as a dismissal. I doubted it would have happened anyway, but with Tug's new information, they need to settle now.
Yeah.
That's the long short of it. Yeah, they need to start talking settlement, and everybody, because I know Richard said something about it today, and because all they're trying to do right now is bleed the clock. They're going to file motions. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're trying to bleed.
Typical tactic when you know you can't win any other way is to drag it out until the other party runs out of money.
Right.
To sue you with.
Right. That's why that's kind of like the overarching theme today, like what's going on, because, like I said, of course, we know about Richard's settlement. We've talked about Vic Mignogna's not settlement, but court case. We talked about Vic Mignogna's upcoming court case where he filed suit last week against 3 individuals and Funimation.
Hell yeah!
I think
I would honestly like to see Funimation go away.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling that Sony is going to do it in a roundabout way. You want to know how?
How? How's that?
There's an article where Sony has said they're looking to acquire other animation and dubbing studios. And my feeling is they already know that Funimation, as it stands right now, is cancer.
Yeah.
And what they're going to do is purchase a couple of other studios, and then when they acquire them, they're going to, we have too many people now. We better do some layoffs.
We need to restructure our company.
Yeah, we need to restructure our company. Unfortunately, some of you are not in that vision. So, and
Bye.
yeah, exactly. Suddenly, Monica Rial and Chris Sabat and people like that are, on the street wondering what happened. But
we got what's a Simple Plan playing in the background.
Right, yeah. Mark Waid better go find them Dragon Balls and bring back Johnny Cochran because Zayd is a shit lawyer. No secret, it was talked about last year, allegedly. Apparently, Spork is tardy and homosexual.
Yeah, she's been late lately.
Mm-hmm.
But is Taco present now?
Yep. Yeah, it's Taco here. That's the important thing.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, we like these.
Hold on. I thought the meme was fake end gay, not late end gay.
No, that's a new thing. Late and gay is like a new thing.
Okay.
I witnessed it
that explains.
I witnessed it last night on Ricada's stream. He was like about 10 minutes late, and the chat just started they went into full meltdown. They were going late and gay, late and gay, late and gay, boomer, 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 late and gay, late and gay.
I think Nick has been infected from the couple of times he had Medicare on his streams.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, he's infected with the boomeritis.
Well, it's funny because he was talking.
Taco.
He was talking about once again Richard's case where they were bringing up the fact that Zach called I forgot who it was. He called somebody a cum dumpster, and Nick looks at the camera for a minute. He says, "I just want to let everybody know that I have said cum dumpster in the last 6 months than I ever have in my entire life, which was never." And it's all because of you people. Yeah, it's a Ricada thing and Medicare. Okay, yeah. Because I remember back when Medicare was internet aristocrat, and the whole thing was like people in chat would keep asking him how old is his dick.
Yeah.
How old is your dick? I don't know.
Old enough to know better.
Pretty much.
My favorite thing about Jim about like the real reason why he fucked off the first time, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, you tell me. You tell the audience.
Okay. Well, okay. Audience. Let me explain. So let Daddy Mulatto tell you a fucking story here. He did not leave because he was fucking burnt out with the whole Gamergate shit. He left because he fingered his girlfriend on a fuking stream and got so much shit about it.
Yep.
He had to fuck off because he kept getting bullied.
Yep. I know that because I was watching that stream.
I thought it was fucking funny because you could tell like the host of the stream was so fucking pissed. I thought it was the most hilarious thing ever because you know that you're hosting a bad stream if a guy needs to like fuck his girlfriend to just keep himself away.
I think it was Jim's stream.
I think Jim was hosting it. No.
I think Jim was there, but they had that was the stream. There was like so many different things that like happened in that stream was hilarious. It's like Sargon got King of Pole to admit that got him to start a conspiracy that the ovens at Auschwitz, there's no way they could kill 600 million Jews or 6 million Jews or some shit in an oven. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? And of course he was just trying to get King of Pole in trouble, to get him to say shit, right? And then that was going on, and then like other things happened in that chat, and then you hear Jade moaning, right? But the whole time, like Jim wasn't like playing around about it. He said like at the end of his stream, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go. I gotta go fuck Jade."
Yeah.
And then I remember, and I was laughing the whole time. This is fucking hilarious, right? Like.
That's what internet live streaming ought to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I log on to Twitter, and everybody has lost their goddamn minds.
Right? And
it's like, how dare he do that? That's terrible. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, right.
I was like, I don't know what was wrong with y'all niggas. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with you people? Like, I thought it was hilarious. And then, of course, it kept happening and kept happening. And then that's when he, fucked off. He could say it was because he's burned out of Big Game Brigade, but you were right. It was because of that stream. And Jim, and we've all admitted, we've all said it. Jim is a glass cannon. He's a glass cannon. He's great at dishing it out. I'm not taking anything away from him. Love his content, but nigga, he can't take it.
I think what it comes down to is like it's less that he's a glass cannon, and it's more that he has a few very specific weak points that if you know how to like niggle in there. I got really close again, Piper.
Ooh, oh my God, y'all are just
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Not trying to be a hole here, but whoa, my heart.
If you know how to get into those little the chinks in his armor,
yeah,
pun very much intended.
Now you're saying chinks. God damn it, y'all.
That's what I'm here for. Like you can really fuck with him.
Yeah.
Like when he's in his element, he's basically fucking untouchable.
Yeah.
If you can get him out of his element, then he's at a disadvantage, which is why he almost always makes sure he's not out of his element.
Yeah, if he's ever on the defensive, he's in trouble, pretty much.
Oh, damn.
So.
Word jar. Hey, come on! I haven't said the N-word yet.
Yeah, you did. You said it at the beginning of the stream. You didn't say it with hard R, but
the N-word jar is how we fund the stream. Well, Wade, you said it too.
I know I did. I'm putting my money in. Don't worry about it.
Wait, I said nigga?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm turning more black because I didn't even realize I said it.
He said Negro.
I said
no,
Negro.
No. He said it at the beginning of the stream, like before that.
Huh.
Oh, it's just I was saying something and I slipped a nigga in there.
So his leaked out twice
Yeah,
already, and I'm the only one that caught him. $10 in the jar. There it goes again. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm typing the N-word, a hard N-word in the chat. There it is. Glorious. No. Stop, Mike. No, stop. Combo breaker.
Nice. God damn it.
Well, I'm gonna have to take this stream down. Negatory.
All the N-words today.
Mm-hmm. I am offended. Sorry. Oh, nipple. See, that's even worse. You probably get like more in trouble like saying nipple than you would anything else.
You just got to make sure it's not female presenting nipples, and you'll be fine.
That's true. Piper, put your clothes back on.
Oh, damn it.
Nocturnal. Naugahyde.
Now the stream is just devolving to chaos again. Jesus.
It's like
Rick. Stream, it was bad. Yeah.
Chats.
Mm-hmm. I'm on the phone with YouTube HQ as we speak. Well, this chat suddenly went into awkward.
Wow.
That's fine. Niggardly is that's a word. That's an acceptable word to be using.
Mm-hmm. Rick Hardman, I apologize. His response is just well. Yep.
Man, this is the first stream of ours that he's watched. I feel very bad.
No, he's been here before. Yeah, maybe not with you here. But
well, I mean that's what I'm saying. I apologize because he was not prepared.
Nobunaga, I like that. I accept it.
No, Cab should change his Piper's tits to Piper's nipples.
Just female presenting nipple.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. We have no proof that Piper's a woman.
That's true. Except for
only
those
Cab,
pictures.
Only Cab.
What do you mean only Cab?
Oh yeah.
The entire.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Y'all all have. Never mind. Whoops. Cab just has extensive.
Yeah, he's got more stuff. Yeah.
He's seen the wiener. So.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Of all the people to see the winner, Cab's the one I expect.
But it's like last night, Joe in the chat, he said that he has never seen Xavier and Cab on the same stream at the same time, right? And so he thought they were the same person. I said, I can prove that Xavier is not Cab. And I said, Xavier. He said, yes. He said, how many butthole pictures do you have? He said, none. I said, he's not Cab.
I mean, that is a good barometer for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, by that estimation, I'm more of Cab than Xavier is.
Mm-hmm. Cab's collection of news are never going to see the light of day. Oh, and Ace has tapped on the window again. So,
he wants to get us to get back on fucking track.
Well, you do have, but wait, also Vic. Phenomena.
The hell are you?
I think she's having a stroke.
Yeah.
No, I cannot.
Take an aspirin.
I can't. His name.
Vic Mignogna.
Yana.
He's like.
It does not look like that.
I know it doesn't look. It looks like Mignogna.
No.
Yeah, Mignogna.
Like
yeah.
We need some Y's in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's Italian. What you expect? You expect his name to look the way to sound the way it's fucking spelled? You kidding me?
Oh damn!
Yeah. It's Italian. Yeah. Italian names never sound like they look. Yeah. So Vic Mignogna, you were saying.
You have it in the title.
Yep.
That he's supposed to be mentioned in this stream too, and you haven't really said any updates other than he's suing some people. Was that it?
Well, no, it was just like talking about his case a little bit, because I don't know how much Jordan knows about the current case and.
Oh well, then.
That. One of the.
Whoa.
Whoa,
the chat. Yeah. Then see, we still have topics to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but we already knew that, Piper.
Yeah.
Shit for a minute. Then we were gonna go talk about the Vic stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, but you were talking about not Vic stuff.
Listen here, bitch.
Well, somebody's being a hole.
I don't think I can listen to this stream because
I was hoping Ace be the hole though. I was just helping a man.
I mean, he was being the hole, and then you fucking took over.
Yeah.
I said what you might want to do next.
just like you women always taking over. They finally named the parties in the lawsuit, and that's another thing. So he named the parties, which he's suing Jamie Markey, Monica Rial, Ron Toye, and Funimation, right?
Yeah, somebody was talking about his mama.
And now they're starting to talk about his mom.
Yeah.
Well, not them.
About his mama.
Yeah. They're bringing Mars Girl. The reject from Channel Awesome. That's got to be pretty bad when you're a reject from Channel Awesome, right? It started bringing up Vic's mother into this because at one point, she was she kind of took care of the logistics and for the fan club for the Risen Bull Rangers, and now she's saying that she must have been manipulating them into this and that and the other. I'm like,
oh my god, really?
Will attempt to hold my shock at the idea that these people are scumbags.
Mm-hmm.
I can't promise anything, but I'll
now my question,
my shot.
Jordan, because like I said, you seem to have kept up with it a bit. We were talking earlier, and you seem to know some things about.
Oh, and she tried to actually probably dox his mom's.
Yeah, because she was actually talking about his mom lives in fucking some other country, with and stuff like that. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah, his mother, who is a supervillain for supporting her son, essentially.
Yeah.
You gotta see. So the problem, Wayne, that you're not remembering is voice actor Man Bad.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Vic is a monster. He's no longer a human.
Right.
So therefore, his friends, his family, and especially him deserve anything.
And now, would you say with these particular people like Markey and Monica Rial and people like that, the question has arisen: are they genuinely, when they came out with this stuff? I tried to think about my words there. When they came out with this stuff, were they doing it to help the victims, or are they doing it because professional jealousy?
Oh, I mean,
come on. That shouldn't even
Parker
be.
had mentioned this, and I very much agree with this.
Mm-hmm.
There may be some twinge of their twisted psyche that thinks that they're helping the victims by doing this. I mean, I use victims in the biggest air quotes that I can fucking like.
Mm-hmm.
I have crane lifted finger quotes here.
Right. Your finger quotes are in orbit right now, is what you're telling me.
Exactly.
Okay.
As are my sides.
Yes.
But the big thing is it's 99.9% jealousy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mignogna is one of the biggest names in the Western anime industry. Arguably the biggest, but I will say maybe there's some people who are a little bit more well known than he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people like Sean Schimmel and Christopher Sabat. You know, people who have been Funimation staples.
Yeah, they of course they have voiced mega iconic characters, Goku and Vegeta. Not to say Vic hasn't. You know, Vic has done. You know, he did. You know, of course, Edward Elric and stuff like that. But yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is like Sean and Chris have been very lucky to play two of the most iconic anime characters of all fucking time. Because I'll be honest, if they didn't get those roles, I don't really think anybody would really know them. Vic has such an iconic fucking voice. Mm-hmm. You hear him in anything, you're like, oh, that's Vic. Awesome. Yep. You know you're gonna get good shit out of this. Vic is somebody who is highly requested for conventions. Mm-hmm. He is somebody who probably gets top billing. You know, I know even though SAG-AFTRA is, or however you fucking pronounce that, they want to make sure there's a bare minimum, but you know, it's one of those, like, we see it in Hollywood all the time. Like, you know, Robert Downey Jr., every time he does a Marvel film, he's getting like $30 fucking million.
Right.
You think Scarlett Johansson's getting that fucking money? Of course not.
Right.
Because she doesn't have the star power. Mm-hmm. I think the same thing is happening in anime.
Yeah.
I don't think Monica Rial is getting, because Monica Rial, for the most part, is like, she's a bit player. Now, like her biggest role right now is the fact that in Dragon Ball Super, she plays fucking Bulma.
Yeah.
She's not even that good of a Bulma, I'm gonna be fucking honest. Like,
but she's even like, as somebody pointed out to me, she's like second Bulma, right? She only came in during Kai and then Super.
Right, yeah, she's not the original Bulma.
Yeah,
the original Bulma, I think, did a lot better job.
I do too. In fact, if you listen to the original Bulma, somebody like showed me a video a couple weeks ago of like all the English Bulma voice actresses, even the Ocean and stuff like that. And when they showed, when I listened to the funny, the funny original Bulma.
Fourth Bulma. What?
Yeah, she's fourth Bulma. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about in regards to Funimation, she is second Bulma. Not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know what Spork is saying, but in regards to just Funimation, she is second Bulma. Now the thing is that when you listen to that original voice actress and you listen to Monica Rial, she's trying to do an impression of the other voice actress.
Yeah, she is.
And then it sounds like Bulma gained a pack-a-day habit.
Right.
Somewhere.
Well, you know what the biggest issue with Monica Rial, because I'm not sure how aware you are.
They could have asked her to do that, though. So give her that.
They could have, but the problem with Monica Rial's voice in general is she doesn't have a huge amount of range. Mm-hmm. Monica Rial is the epitome of the has one voice actress.
Jennifer Hale, essentially.
Except here's the thing: Jennifer Hale's talented.
Oh yeah.
She has one voice, but it's a good fucking voice.
Oh yeah. No. I'm not taking away from her ability. Like, she makes me believe in the character she's playing, right? And stuff like that. It's got one voice, it's a good voice. And it's like you said, same with Vic. That's what I'm getting at. But continue. Sorry. But
Monica, she's like real nasally, and it's part of the reason why I don't like listening to fucking dubs, because there's not a whole lot of actors in the Western scene who have a good cadence, who know how to do a character voice without making it fucking annoying.
Right.
I'm like, because I might as well fucking chill it here. Like when we did Godzilla versus Gigan Abridged. Mm-hmm. I'm doing like an exaggerated version of my own voice to make it a bit more funny when I'm delivering those lines.
Yeah.
But not going so far that it's fucking annoying.
Right.
That's how you differentiate between good acting and bad acting. You have to you have to you got to find that line. And maybe it's just because of the way Monica Rial fucking sounds.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of got an annoying voice to fucking begin with.
Yeah.
It's like a good example to like compare her to would be like a female voice actress that I'm sure everybody fucking knows. Laura Bailey.
Yeah, Laura Bailey. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bailey, like she was fucking Trunks, like Kid Trunks in Dragon Ball Z. She was also fucking Aang in the Blood Rain series.
Mm-hmm.
She's had a lot of roles, and she has a lot of depth and complexity to how she performs.
Yeah.
My favorite role of hers was she played Kaine in the original Nier game.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking her voice just makes me just all the ejaculate. Oh Jesus! You don't get that with. And I think what's her name? Jamie Marchi is the same way.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I know Marchi from is the English dub of Kobayashi, which I have a whole lot of problems because they turned fucking Lukua into a fucking valley girl essentially, and also turned her kind of fucking talking about patriarchal gender norms
and you know what's funny? You mentioned that Jamie Marchi also writes a lot of the dialogue, and that's a lot of her dialogue.
I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And also she was what was that one anime called? What, Prison School, something like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the Gamergate comment?
Yeah, you would have
Uh-huh.
That was Jamie Marchi.
Mm-hmm.
That was Jamie Marchi. Yep.
Because you gotta fucking be topical, I guess.
Right. But
Kobayashi's woke dragon. God damn it! Fucking Christ.
pretty much.
But also, you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like modern day Funimation is why I've kind of sworn off English dubs.
Yeah.
Because it used to just be the voices aren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's the voices aren't that good, and they're trying to shove shit politics down my fucking throat.
Yeah. Well, it's like, it's funny you mentioned Sean Schimmel because here's some information about him, and I'm thinking, where's the, I wonder if that's why he early on came out and tried to be, oh yeah, fuck Vic Mignogna kind of thing. Even though there's a few things of him where you can think, well, where's the outrage mob for Sean, right?
Hey.
For one, he did this whole thing where he was acting like Vic. Right? In this behind the scenes thing. And he was acting like Vic and doing an impression of Vic's voice, like an Edward Elric type voice, talking about how he likes to play with boys and he likes to go to the playground and watch the boys play and all that stuff.
The fuck?
Yeah. Him and Sonny, who the guy who does Krillin, Sonny, whatever his name is.
Sonny Strait.
Sonny Strait. Yeah, they were both doing that, right?
Jordan's weeb game is on point.
Oh, Jordan. Yeah, if I need weeb shit, I just call Jordan.
Wayne will fucking sit there here like, nigga, I need a name. I'll be like, I got you, fam.
All right, that's 3.
I haven't said anything with the ER yet. I'm fine.
I know. I'm playing with you, but
I know.
and then today, Yellow Flash found a video of not Vic, but Sean Schimmel doing a take on He-Man called He-Man and the Homos of the Universe.
Wow.
I don't know who it was. Somebody posted about it. And, showed the whole video of him together we are the homos of the universe. He says only a few people know that I'm out. And then it's like,
Jesus.
The sorceress, my boyfriend, man at arms, shit like that,
Yeah,
right?
That tracks pretty well.
And then here's the funny thing. Somebody asked him about it at a convention. They asked him, didn't you do a He-Man thing a few years ago? And he goes, yeah, I don't really want to talk about that. Do you have another question?
I can't imagine why he wouldn't want to talk about it.
Right. Well, see, my thing was, I was like, well, that's kind of funny, right? Because okay, guys, here's the thing. The whole He-Man being gay thing, that's been going on since the 80s.
Yeah,
that's nothing
new.
New.
A common joke.
Yeah, that's a common joke that look at the man, look at He-Man. Okay, look at the gay.
That is luxurious.
Yeah.
If he ain't gay, then I have some questions.
What is a brain storage? Piper over here talking about her brain storage. For a moment, I thought you were buffering, and then Demented for Fun says, "I think Joe's the only one that's buffering." He-Man may not be gay. Well, see, that's the thing. It's it's pretty much he's not gay, but everything is the jokes have been going on since like the 80s. Even when even when the show first came out, people were like, I don't know about this, guys.
I mean, do we have to play the song?
I mean,
that meme's been around since what, the early fucking 2000s?
Yeah.
So
it's been well established that like all He-Man very homoerotic. Like, who gives a shit?
Do I say hey, yay?
Come on,
hey,
look,
yay?
if you're gonna do it, you gotta sing it. You gotta sing that thing.
Hey, yeah.
Belt it out.
What's going on? Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to play the thing that Shamil made for us.
Yeah, you forgot to play the thing. Way to go.
Hole
wasn't doing her fucking job.
Oh, is that part of the Hole's job?
Yeah.
You were supposed to keep us on track, and you forgot to tell us to play the thing.
You wrecked it.
Well, I'm new at this, okay? Some dude
I don't know
in
if
the
it's your
comment
job. I'm
section
making it
gave
your
me
job,
the job, so...
All right, here you go, guys. This is something that a friend of ours made for the Mark Waid situation. For him thinking that he's won, and now the new stuff has come out. So here we go. It'll play on the stream. Obviously, I can't. Y'all won't be able to hear it, but.
Now wait a minute!
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? Wait a minute, Mark! Mark, no!
Okay. They should have heard it by now.
Fantastic.
Now wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Let it. Everybody's like dogging on Piper now. You had one job.
See, this is why it's always so great when I come back.
Mm-hmm. Not only is it bullying Piper, not only is it back to bullying Piper. Now the chat is joining in on bullying.
Right?
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm sorry. Back to that. I think, and also today, that umbrella guy has pretty much announced that he has hired an attorney. He's also hired Ty Beard, who is Vic Mignogna's attorney.
Nice.
Because he had people for like a good 2 weeks threatening to call CPS on him about the well-being of his child. Yeah. Calling him a Nazi. And so now he's retained legal and, counsel, and now he's probably going to seek legal recourse. And that kind of gets me to the whole theme of the matter. Good. I said it. I've been saying it in private for a while, but it is matter-of-factly very important for people like your boy Zach, for Vic Mignogna, people like that umbrella guy, to take these people to court.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop any other way. Yeah, it's not going to stop
actions.
any other way. This isn't like the old days where, I remember I talked about this before, Piper, the phases that we used to go through. Jordan, you probably never heard me say this, but you will know what I mean when I say this. Back in the day, we went through phases. It's like during the 90s, we had the whole politically correct movement. Well, that eventually died off because people said that's stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Then, of course, there was a period in the 2000s, early 2000s, where it's like, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. People's like, no, fuck that. Ever since this decade, it's just gone way off the rails.
Mm.
It's gotten as far as not only, hey, we want acceptance. I have no problem with wanting acceptance. It's, hey, we want acceptance and you're a bigot. Hey, we want acceptance or you're a Nazi. Yeah. Hey, we want acceptance and also you hate gay people. Hey, we want acceptance, but you're also a Nazi. Or, I already said Nazi, but, you're also a misogynist. And it's like, who the fuck are you to tell me what I am?
I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't used to be any of these things, but I'm starting to think, fuck it, I might as well.
Right.
And it sounds really shitty for me to say that, but if every interaction I'm going to have where I disagree with somebody, they say, well, you're bigoted. You know what? I might as well make you not a fucking liar.
Yeah.
That's why I get yeeted off Twitter all the fucking time. I get in these arguments with stupid fucking people who are like, you're a this, that, or the other. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna engage in that rhetoric because fuck you. Like, if you're gonna call me something that I'm not, I might as well give you something good to latch onto.
It's kind of like
Fuck it.
like that episode, like it was like the season finale of the first season of Venture Brothers, where the Monarch was in jail and they were doing the whole scared straight thing with the young people, and fucking the gorilla guy, he says like, give me your wallet. He takes his wallet. He says, I just took your fucking wallet. You want to be a supervillain now? He goes like, well, yeah, now I do. You just took my wallet.
Yeah.
It's the internet should have stayed for porn. Yeah.
Should have, but it got turned into something fucking hideous.
It's kind of like that whole like everybody's bullying, everything is toxic, everything is that we toughen the fuck up, right?
That's people fucking suck. Like, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but yeah, people for the most part kind of fucking garbage.
Yep.
I know that sounds like the ultimate black pill thing to say, but it's also not fucking inaccurate. People in a lot of cases, like, I mean, Wayne, from the stuff I was telling you about my personal life going on with work, I'm pretty sure you're feeling oh yeah, people are fucking garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, and on the internet, when you have anonymity, yeah, that shit's gonna get fucking worse. It's just that's what happens. People in general are kind of shit, and when you give them the avenue to and more shit, they're gonna do it. I mean, why do you think people like Mark Waid and Monica Rial and the fucking other Funimation chick whose name I already fucking forgot?
Yeah, Jamie Markey. Yeah,
Marchie. Like, why do you think all those people are doing what they're doing? Because the internet has facilitated the ability for them to be that shitty. Because if they had to face the repercussions of their actions, they wouldn't fucking do it.
Right.
Now, the thing is, I'm okay with them being shitty people to the point where they're messing with a person's career and messing with a person's mental state. Because, I mean, let's be honest. I watched one of Nick Recado's rants about it. Look at Vic's age. How old is Vic?
Like in his 50s? Yeah.
Yeah. What's the prime demographic for older white men who commit suicide?
In their 50s.
Why would a bunch of people jealous of a man start going on some campaign that could not just cripple his career, his life in general, his ability to be a happy and productive member of society? I mean, I don't know about you, but my almonds are certainly fucking activated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind of the point that's kind of the thing that I get to with these people. Like, I'm okay with them being shitty and waiting until this point that they had an issue, but never fucking airing their grievances with Vic in the past.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot more of an issue with the fact that these people were just trying to get a man to kill himself.
Yeah.
That's at least how I'm viewing it.
Yeah.
It's like this. What are Vic's crimes, right? The as I say, the verifiable crimes, right? And I'm using I'm using those air quotes. Me and you have just met in orbit, right?
Nigga, don't be stealing my crane.
That's 4. Keep it.
The stream just needs to have a Jordan's nigga counter.
Yeah, just like at the bottom of the screen, just like ding, 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 ding. Like,
Dude, you should set that up.
I do. But no. So the way I look at it is like this: what are Vic's crimes, right? That he hugs.
He ate a jelly bean.
He ate a jelly bean, right? He hugged people. He playfully tugged on people's hair, right? and I love that the one gotcha photo that people try to pass around. They showed, people showed the context of the photo where it was an actual event where they said Vic playfully tugs on so and so's hair. It was the girl who did what was her name? What was the Full Metal? One of the homunculus. I think it was Lust.
Probably.
Yeah, did the voice actor?
Was it Laura Bailey who did?
Was it Lust or it was either Lust or Envy? It was one or the other. I can't remember which one it was.
Sure who did Envy, but I'm pretty sure that Lust was voiced by Laura Bailey.
But he shows her. He's like got her by the back of the hair, and he's like, you can tell he's not tugging on. He's just holding the back of her hair, pretty much. Like it looks like he is, but he's not really. And they were like really close to their face. But she was like right with him. She was like making a face at him, and it was just having fun, right?
Yeah,
So
he's apparently a total homophobe because he refused to sign some like,
yaoi, yeah.
yaoi,
Some
My
non-canonical
favorite
yaoi.
part about that is
Mhm.
that's exactly the point.
Yeah.
He has said like his official stance has been, I don't really care about. He doesn't care about yaoi. Like it's not his favorite thing because he's a heterosexual male who's a very devout Christian. Doesn't really have any issue with gay people. He feels that writing his name on a piece of signing it, that's an endorsement, and he doesn't endorse anything that's non-canonical.
Right.
If you had heterosexual fan art, but it was non-canonical, he'd have an issue with it.
Like for example, it had like Ed making out with Lust or something. He wouldn't sign it.
Exactly.
It's
But
non-canonical.
since it happened to be yaoi, they were able to flip that.
Right.
Good.
But and that's another thing. Like people, he's a Christian. Yeah, he went to Liberty University. That's and all that stuff. Whatever. I have seen video of the man confronting the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah.
And doing it very peaceably too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how Vic is as a person. Like I don't think I've ever seen him do anything untoward. And like the thing that again, I'm sure people know this, but Vic's policy, that's been a policy for at least a decade.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit, it's been longer than that because the first Full Metal Alchemist was in 2003, so that would have been 15, 16 years ago.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know. It's one of these things. It's a timing thing. All these things that people are talking about are things that have been well known about Vic for fucking years. And it was only, late last year and this year.
Yeah, it was only important when Dragon Ball Super came out or Broly came out.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's important because Broly came out.
It was like what like maybe a month after Dragon Ball Broly had its
theatrical run. Yeah.
Exactly. It was in the media, had a lot of fucking attention to it.
Exactly. So
I'm just saying.
And like I said, the whole thing of him confronting the Westboro Baptist Church at a convention. Because, they had the whole, their whole sign is like, I'm not going to repeat what they say on those signs, but.
I'm getting fucked up now every time you say the whole. God damn it.
God damn it. But yeah, so the thing with that, and so you're making me now consciously not say those words.
You can say it now that it's weird. I was reading the chat, and then I started hearing the whole, and I was like, what?
What? I'd be talking to Ace if that was the case.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's right.
And what's the other? Oh yeah, and he might have been a jerk to staff at cons.
Oh, that's true. I did hear.
Oh no.
Have been. But has anybody that's actually been staff at a convention come forward and been like, yeah, he's an asshole?
I mean, that's the thing. And once again, it's like my sister's cousin's former roommate,
And here's the thing I'd bring up about that. So let's say Vic is guilty of being an asshole to convention staff. So he's a pseudo celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's a well-established thing that when you get to a certain level of celebrity, you're not exactly the nicest person to the help.
Right.
Well, I mean, I've worked conventions, and I've also been guest at conventions, and dude, that's hectic and it's stressful, and you don't get much sleep.
Mm-hmm. And then
So,
there was the
people are probably irritating each other on both ends. The staff is probably sleepy and cranky,
and the
and yeah,
the
guests
and the
are
actor has probably
probably
been up for 30 hours on an airplane ride or something like that.
yeah. So yeah, everybody is sleepy and cranky. Even the guests usually are sleepy and cranky. So
Mm-hmm.
it's hectic. So jerk to con staff. I mean, unless they're like making people doing their best to make somebody cry or something,
Yeah.
then I mean, if you're just not a pleasant person right now,
Yeah.
big deal.
It's like that one. It was another voice actor who said that Vic violated him by jumping on his shoulders and grinding his
grinding on him.
grinding on his neck. And then when you look at the actual video of the situation, the guy got on his scrunched down so Vic could get on his shoulders. So it was a planned bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't know about you, Jordan, but nobody's getting on my neck unless I'm letting them.
I mean, yeah.
That's just the way it is.
I mean, my favorite thing is like he's like, I felt violated having Vic's package on my neck. Like, you're not gonna catch the gay just because you got some balls on the back of your neck. You're fine.
Yeah.
I've given people rides on my shoulders before. It ain't that big a fucking deal.
No. I mean,
I also like cute boys, but that I'm just fucking gay. Like that has nothing to do with it. That's fine. Saying.
And the thing is, it's like if you're giving your bro a ride on your shoulders and he gets a chub, that's on him, not you.
I mean, you got one sexy fucking neck.
Exactly. It's like, wait a minute now.
And what I don't like is that he presented it as he was doing a thing and he just suddenly jumped on him and did that and stuff when people came forward that were around for that.
Yeah.
And they were both goofing off and having fun.
Yeah.
And he knew he was going to jump.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the exact context anymore because it was a while.
And then there was the woman who said that Vic got with this chick that was like her friend, and they went back to their shared room and they had sex in her bed and all this stuff. And of course, this is the same chick who faked her own swatting. So
twice with the same pictures.
Yeah. And then tried to file a police report, and all the police report said, it's like, it looks like somebody kicked the door in. That was it. Like,
somebody kicked the door.
Yeah, wasn't us.
How are you going to file a police
because
report?
Because for one thing, SWAT's not going to kick a door down, right? SWAT never kicks a door down. What is it? Oh yeah, and then there's a situation with Todd Habercorn where he was accused of rape.
Oh, Todd. That's like the only other voice actor name I know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for anime,
right? So he was accused of rape by Dominique Sky, and
because he's cute.
Yeah, and she tried to play coy about it. We had this thing. See, if I'm probably thinking what I'm thinking, that's like he probably saw the post and he says, "Oh man, she's going to try to accuse me of rape. I'm getting ahead of this."
Oh yeah, he's the one that he had the receipt.
He had receipts. He's like, here are the text messages where she was thirsty for me, and all this stuff. And now what's really funny is now they're going after, I don't know if you ever heard about this, Jordan, but now they're going after Ruben Langdon. Of
course.
The voice of Dante for Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Because why? All because he says Vic is a good guy. I don't think he did any of that stuff.
Jeez.
How dare he?
And now they're going after, Ruben Langdon, he's a terrible piece of shit and stuff. Blah, blah. I say y'all are mad because he's like he's actually a good Dante.
Is this a part where we start bitching about how bad DMC Devil May Cry was?
No, we don't talk about games that don't exist, Jordan.
That's funny.
No. Here's the thing.
When I asked,
DMC 2 doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
DMC 2 doesn't exist, but DMC Devil May Cry is just a bad game.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you.
See, I asked if I wanted to get into the DMC series, would I have to start at a certain number and this and that?
You'd start at 3.
Yeah,
say,
I had a bunch of people trying to explain to me, and then they were like, yeah, and they said that one of them, like, they said 2 doesn't exist.
Chronology. Okay, the chronology is it goes like this. It goes 3, 1, anime, 4, 2, 5. If you're going to do it in chronological order.
Oh my god!
Doesn't 5 come before 2 now?
I think the last I saw 2 still comes before 5.
Why do they do this? Why can't they just like?
Because they didn't think they were going to make a
count.
Because they didn't think Devil May Cry was going to take off. Like for one thing.
Here's what it comes down to.
They make one and it took off, and they go, okay.
No, wait.
Now we're going to make sequels.
Shut up, Piper. I want to hear Jordan's. I want to hear what he
Here's what it is, Piper. So they made the first Devil May Cry, which was a. Here's how Devil May Cry came. They had what's the fuck of the name of the guy who was behind Devil May Cry? Remind me, Wayne.
Kamiya?
Was it Mikami?
Was it Mikami or Kamiya?
Kamiya, yeah.
Kamiya, yeah.
It was Kamiya. So Capcom told Kamiya, make a Resident Evil. And he was like, but I don't want to make a fucking survival horror game. I want to make an action adventure game. So he literally made a Resident Evil game. You're like stylish as fuck. And they're like, we like this idea. So they made Devil May Cry. It was a super fucking hit. They made Devil May Cry 2, and that didn't do very well. So they're like, we don't know if we're going to make another one. And eventually they did make another one. They're like, well, we can't continue with this timeline, so we're going to go fucking do 3. And after 3 came out, you got 4. And they didn't think they were going to make another Devil May Cry ever fucking again, which is why 2 was at the end of the timeline. Because like, fuck whatever, who cares, good shit.
Yeah, this will explain why Dante never talks in this one. That kind of thing.
Then, years later, because it was like, what? Damn near a decade between 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And they eventually made 5, and they're like, we'll fucking shimmy it into the fucking timeline somewhere. We don't fucking know. Because
I think that's when Mikami came in, what you're talking about.
Could be.
Because his whole thing was like, DMC Devil May Cry. Okay, gameplay-wise, I'll give it this. Gameplay-wise, it was not terrible. It was a Ninja Theory game. It was a Ninja Theory game. Yeah, right? It was fundamentally okay. As a Devil May Cry game, it was shit.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, even though Devil May Cry has never been known for the story, it's always been competent. EMC Devil May Cry tried too hard to be really fucking edgy.
Yeah.
Be like a lot more fucking important than it really is.
Yeah.
When you have lines of like Dante just saying "fuck you" to a demon, like that's not Dante.
No.
Dante likes to be playful and shit.
Dante would do literally what he did in this past game and start moonwalking. For no reason. Just,
You know what's funny is that clip was what made me go, so if I want to get into the DMC series...
I mean, if there's any reason why you'd want to get in Devil May Cry, seeing fucking Dante moonwalking, seeing him be a gay cowboy, that's a perfect reason to get into that shit.
Right? I was like, I'm now interested. What's...
I mean, even in the first one, right, where they, like I would say, you could still say they were finding their legs, right? The first boss fight with the spider guy, he the whole time, to use a more, recent term, the whole time he was just memeing on the spider. He was just memeing on it.
It really was.
Yeah, he was just like, like Spider talking about, what I find funny is it took normal, like, villain bosses, that are like over the top, like, ha ha ha, I'm going to eviscerate you and blah, blah, blah. And Dante's like laughing about it and patting it on the head. Aren't you precious? And stuff like that. I'm like, this is great.
Dude, that sounds like what I say if I'm doing like really stupid boss fights.
Yeah.
Where the boss is not intimidating, but I'm supposed to be intimidated.
It's
my favorite Jesus Christ. My favorite thing was in fucking DMC 3 where he's fighting that Cerberus. It's like, come on, boy, I'll take you for a walk.
Yeah.
3-headed beast that's like 10 times his fucking size that can breathe fire and shit, and he's talking shit to it.
Yep.
Then you get to DMC Devil May Cry, and he's like, "Come here, you fat sack of shit. Fuck you." I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you doing?
All right. 5. But no, yeah, you're right.
No, that's 6. That one's 6.
Oh, it's 6? Okay.
Yep.
But
that was 6.
But yeah, like that other thing, like okay, I will say this, people. Okay, if you're gonna play Devil May Cry, DMC Devil May Cry, get the the mustache pack, download, get the mod, and play it in Spanish.
God, yeah, it's so fucking great.
It makes it a totally different experience, and it's actually funny. And when I say get the, it's like with the mustache mod and the mariachi mod. You had to get both of those, right?
Is that even important to the storyline?
No. It's just a way to make this game playable.
Oh, so I don't actually have to play that game.
No, you don't have to play it at all. It was trying to like relaunch the series.
It was a reboot.
It was a reboot, yeah.
Oh.
They were that game was plagued because like initially from like the teasers they had of how Dante looked, like, which I didn't think Dante's new look was that bad.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't Dante, but it was like all right, they're going for that dark and edgy shit. Of course they are, because given the time when it came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Everything was dark and edgy.
Yeah.
But
one thing you would like, little tidbit here, Piper, you would like. The game is so bad that Ninja Theory had to sell the Dante model they had made for that game. They sold it to a dentistry company.
Oh my god!
That uses the model for like showing how to brush your teeth.
What? Like just in order to get some money out of what they made?
Pretty much, because
Capcom
Capcom in their unrealisticness was expecting to sell like 5 million copies.
Wow.
And I think they sold like maybe 1 million.
I think it sold more. I think it sold. Maybe it was like between 1.5 and 2 or something like that.
Yeah, it might have been.
I mean, it definitely didn't hit its 5 because it was for a lot of people who.
And people said, and Capcom, at later date they admitted they put too much expectations on it, and that was like one. I think that's why I think it was Mikami who's taking over the series now. He was thinking about leaving the company, right?
Right.
And they said, no, what can we do for you to stay? He said, give me Devil May Cry.
Right.
And
what you're telling me is that Capcom said, yeah, it was a bad idea?
Yeah, they said Ninja Theory's thing was a bad idea. It's kind of like what Nintendo did recently with Metroid Prime. It's like they were trying to develop it internally, and they're like, oh, wait, we don't know how to develop Metroid Prime. It's like, hey, who are those guys that did it before? You know those guys who did it before? Yeah, those guys. Get them on the phone. Get them on the fucking phone. I forgot the name of the people who developed it. Metroid Prime now. But anyway, they got them back. They said they scrapped the entire thing and said, yeah, they're going to make one now.
Isn't Ninja Theory also the development team that did Metroid Other M?
Yeah, they did Other M. No. That was Team Ninja. That was Team Ninja, which was very disappointing because that was like one of the last Itagaki games.
Yeah,
and it's like, Itagaki, what did you do? Yeah, Retro Studios.
What he did.
Yeah, Retro Studios. That was who it was for Metroid Prime. But yeah, because Itagaki, he's the one that did. He did Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden, things like that. So.
And then he left and they took all the tits out.
Pretty much, yeah. What I found hilarious, you're going to like this. It's like, okay, Itagaki spent a lot of time making, Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball, the extreme games, all that other stuff, right? And he says he would not, and of course, I will also point out that means he had a hand in developing the Venus bikini, right? Which is basically nothing, except for like string. And he literally said at one point, I hope people don't develop nude mods for this game because these girls are like my children.
What?
I was like, he's a freaky man.
Whoa.
Man, the Japanese are kind of funky sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're talking about a guy who wears a leather jacket and sunglasses every day. So,
well, the thing that I think is really weird is like, Dead or Alive, correct me if I'm wrong, was like probably one of the first fighting games that had that level of jiggle physics in it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Dude, they were famous for it. That's how I heard of the game back in the day.
They pioneered that shit.
Yeah.
Pioneered breast jiggle physics, and they're like, and now DOA is known as the game where it's like, look, the tits ain't gonna move, But we're gonna have you want to see this chick get a black eye though?
Yeah.
Nah,
You
I
wanna see
can't
her-
jerk off to this.
You want to see her get beat up? You want to see her fucking see her get beat up? You know?
I mean, if I wanted that, I'd just say fucking Mortal Kombat and get super woke.
Yeah. Or even then, it's like that excuse is stupid, right? Like, we don't think it's a.
The boob physics being their selling point. Like, I thought that was just freaking fantastic.
Yeah, the original Dead or Alive, the first one, was so. I mean, it is, and we're talking about like as far as graphically, it was like polygonal, almost like Virtua Fighter style graphics. It had before they had stepped up their game,
Yeah.
But it's still the jiggle fixes were still ridiculous. I'm talking about just like boing, 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 And what's funny,
Like seeing pyramids against each other.
yeah, exactly. And then in Dead or Alive 2, they did this thing where the older you were, the more the older your age was, the more jiggle you would get. So everybody put their age at 99.
I remember that
I
shit.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Do you know how I knew that?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking Googled that shit.
I think I learned about it from EGM. That's another thing. Hey, remember when video game magazines and websites and stuff talked about cool shit instead of woke shit?
So speaking of woke shit, can I rant about fucking MK11 real quick?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Go right ahead.
So have you heard about the Jax ending for his arcade thing?
Yeah.
You heard? Yeah. You know, I didn't look. I'm be honest. I didn't believe it. I was like,
You thought bitch is playing me. They're playing me. They
I
ain't
was
real.
sitting here going like, you motherfuckers are lying to me. Like, because that's the sort of shit, like, no offense, Wayne, but that sounds like the sort of shit you would say because you know how much it would piss me the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, hey, Jordan, did you hear about this? This is going to be in the fucking Mortal Kombat. I'd be like, shut the fuck up. No, it isn't.
Yep.
And I looked, and I literally had to walk away from my computer for about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because that fucking speech that he gives.
Yeah.
Fucking speech where he's like, I know that not all people of my skin color can make it in this country. And what kind of police officer would I be if I didn't try to make a better world? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Jesus. No, I refuse.
And what's funny,
So angry.
somebody pointed out that, well, not pointing out, but you remember in the ending, he also says, I didn't get it right the first time, the second time, or the third time.
Yeah.
So I just kept trying. And like somebody pointed out in one of the videos, so he basically eliminated the United States.
What?
Because from what I was looking at, it's like, because he had like basically godlike power.
Yeah, he could control
He just
time.
kept-
Yeah, you could just.
Yeah, he just kept reconfiguring shit until he got the perfect outcome that he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, it's saying something.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
and
Make Outland great again. Is
Yeah,
the thing,
Shao
too.
Kahn actually says, let's
my-
make Outland great again.
I fucking saw that. I laughed my ass off. I was like, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And then what was
Oh,
another?
That's funny, but woke guys, no.
There was something else that See, if it was just something like that where they just put in let's make Outland great again, it's like, that's funny,
That's true. That's not
Yeah,
a long spiel.
Yeah, that's like, okay, yeah, whatever. Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing I think is funny about even that is like, you're making the villain spout something akin to Donald Trump. Oh, aren't we so witty and clever? You're a couple years late for that, guys.
But I think the whole thing with like the women, that
I mean, yeah.
that how them not they wouldn't be dressed in bikinis and stuff. That just wouldn't be practical for combat. I was like, why is Shao Kahn shirtless? Why is Baraka shirtless? Why I could go through the whole. Why is Jack shirtless? I could just keep going through the all the men that are shirtless too. It's like, wait a minute.
Well, see, because you don't even have to go that fucking far. Like, the thing you have to ask is this question.
Mm-hmm.
In what fucking world do we live that practicality was ever a fucking thing that Mortal Kombat gave a shit about?
Right.
Need I remind you? Need I fucking remind you that, animalities were a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Brutalities? Or, like, do you remember friendships?
7. Yeah, I remember.
I remember fucking Kung Lao's friendship where he throws his hat and a fucking dog chases the thing as a frisbee, and you hear meat noises, and he covers his face.
Yep.
Ain't nothing about that shit. I'm like, oh yeah. When I think of Mortal Kombat, I think of practicality. See those stupid assholes who were sitting there talking about like, oh, the cons for the game. I think it was like Games Radar in their review was like, oh, needlessly violent fatalities.
Yeah, break up the fighting. I'm like,
in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Game series that's literally known for being hyper violent.
And also, those fatalities come at the end of the round or end of the match. You know, it's not going to be
but it's
not in the middle of the game or anything like that. You know, like
it's not breaking up anything. You fucking idiot.
Mortal Kombat. That's good. That's. I'm gonna stick with that.
Mortal Kombat. God fucking damn it. That's good.
Yeah. The men are naked and most of the women are covered in burqas now.
Burqas. Some of them look like they are full head to toe leather cat suit, and I'm like, you can't move like that in leather. I'm sorry.
And another thing I found funny when I found out Ronda Rousey was playing Sonya. You know, voicing Sonya. I was like, hey, remember when Sonya Blade was voiced by somebody who could actually do voice acting, or could act, in period. You know.
Yay.
Not a fan of Ronda Rousey.
I get it. Ronda Rousey, she's a fucking Valkyrie bitch, but that bitch ugly as fuck. Like she looks like she got hit in the face with a goddamn shovel, and not in like anything approaching the okay way.
Yeah,
it's not like these are my battle scars. Like nah, bitch, you got hit in the face with a fucking shovel, and like you were down south, and some guy with a beer gut riding a fucking rascal didn't like the way you were talking to him, so he whacked you in the face with a fucking shovel and dragged your ass for up 15 goddamn feet. Happened. I just blacked out.
So Mortal Kombat adopted He-Man's dress code. I don't know, the women at least they could show off their titties and stuff in He-Man.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. I mean, but it was the 80s. It was a different time.
Well, even in the reboot they did in the early 2000s, that was still hey, look, attractive female.
Can't do that in current year. Are we in current year +5 now?
Yeah, we're in current year +5 now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, because it was 2014 was the original current year.
Yeah.
And the best, the other one. Did you hear about the ending for Johnny Cage?
I didn't.
Oh boy,
I'm not gonna get mad.
I have not.
You're gonna get mad, and it's gonna be that situation that you're fucking lying to me because you're gonna think I'm lying to you, but I'm not. Okay, you ready?
I've been trying to avoid.
Okay. All right, hit me.
Mortal Kombat stuff now.
Johnny Cage's ending. He gives up a role in a movie to give it to a transgendered person.
What?
I just need.
What? Say that again.
Okay.
Slower,
okay. I just need a moment, Wayne. Just can you give me a moment?
I can give you a moment.
What the fuck? Okay, The Realm, I know you're not listening to me here. I know you're not listening to our fucking streams because this is supposed to be about comic books, but could you please fucking cease?
The good news is we're not all about comic books anymore, so you're good.
Yeah, we decided to move on to like pop culture and stuff too, so we can talk about more things.
I mean, shit, that works.
Yeah.
I mean, you run out of stuff to talk about when the comic industry is dying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, our streams used to be like, oh god, shit still fucking sucks.
Yeah. So it got to a point. It's like, let's just talk about like more stuff, so we can have more stuff.
The other industries that are dying.
Yeah.
They're going to shit.
Yeah.
Joe says, I don't want to live anymore. Oh, come on. You still got us. You still got us.
You can listen to us rant about that shit, and you can be like, at least I'm not these people.
We will make it tolerable at least, because we will make fun of it for you.
At the very least, you can listen to me get really angry about it.
Mm-hmm. But remember, we're quote entitled gamers because we're complaining about it. I was like, I'm not entitled gamer because I'm complaining about it. I'm complaining about it because it's stupid.
I mean, because I'll be honest, I probably wasn't going to buy Mortal Kombat 11 anyway, because if I want to play a shitty fighting game, I'll just play Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Got him.
Got him with that game that came out early last year.
Well, you know what? My friend made a good point. I said, man, you just fucking... He told me this like the other day when he called me. I said, you just fucking own GameStop. Holy shit, right? So he goes to GameStop, and they're trying to get him to pre-order Mortal Kombat 11, right?
Right.
And you know what he says? Now, and he's a Mortal Kombat fan. He didn't know about all the woke shit going on, so I kind of had to, red pill him a little bit.
Damn.
But he said this: why the fuck do I want to buy Mortal Kombat 11 as soon as it comes out, then have to pay probably $150 for all the DLC when I could just wait a year and get the Game of the Year edition that has all that shit in it for free, and it'll be $30 cheaper.
I mean, he's got a good point.
Right? That's pretty much how I buy my games anymore.
I was like, that is an excellent point. Actually,
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like when it came
By
to like
then, they
Dragon
should
Ball,
have fixed the fucking game at that point.
yeah, well, yeah, because every NetherRealm game is notorious for having shitty netcode when that game launches.
Yeah, and it takes them about a month or two to get right fixed. Yep.
With Dragon Ball Fighters, the only reason I bought that game at full price and I bought the season passes because I like Dragon Ball and also I like Arxis.
Right.
I was doing it to support Arxis because I want them to be able to make games. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, if I got this fucking Dragon Ball fighting game, which it's kind of whatever, fucking lackluster, but if they do one more in line with like their other fighters,
yeah.
If they do more anime based fighting games, I mean, I could fucking be down to clown with that shit.
Yeah, like oh, how about see if you can get that license for a Fist of the North Star, make a new one of those, because that was actually a good Arxis game. For I think it was
Pretty cool.
Was it PlayStation? PlayStation. Yeah. Dragon Ball
Right.
DBFZ is the blackest fighting game on the street.
No, oh shit. Because so you weren't in TeamSpeak when I fucking said this because I had an epiphany about this game.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Fighter, it epitomizes the Negro spirit of fighting games.
Okay.
A lot of these other, you play Street Fighter, that's very technical, and you play like Guilty Gear or BlazBlue. They're air dash fighters, but they still got some technique to them.
Right.
Dragon Ball is literally mash the buttons to do the cool shit. That's what it is. And I admitted that's probably why I dominated that game when we played with our friend group, because like I got that Negro spirit in me. It's the brown person spirit, because like me and Mike are the best fucking people at that game.
Yeah. I bet
You gotta,
if I remember correctly, you make a good point, because I remember correctly, you ran the table in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as well.
I did. Yeah. I ran that shit. I'd be like, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, you would just like run it like get 8 wins in a row and just like, all right, I'm gonna go do something else now. Y'all have fun.
Right?
Like, damn dog.
I think that was always the general rule would be like if you run the room, then you gotta bounce out so other people can play.
Yeah. It's like I've always said, I think our general rule is like 10. If you got to 10, then it was time to bounce.
Yeah.
Let other people play. Yeah. I mean, you could stay and you could play again. It's just that after 10, it's like, all right, time to.
We're sick of fighting the same person.
Yeah, shoot, I remember.
And the thing is, I remember with Marvel, it took me a while to find my team because I played. It was Virgil on point, Dante was mid, and then I had fucking Akuma as my anchor character.
I remember a lot of people, like when 2 was out, like it was a lot of people's teams. Like, well, not Dante obviously because he wasn't in it, but Akuma was always like a good anchor, right? And even in 3, that was good because like even if somehow you ended up with just Akuma, there's still a chance you could win,
right?
Because he still had enough good shit to actually pull off a win. But yeah, what you say is like kind of, I was like, both are, because like Dragon Ball Fighters and the Marvel, the Versus series are similar in that regard. Like you said, push the buttons, win the game. Because
you never really have to. It's not like these other games where you have to like pay a lot of attention to every character's little eccentricities. Like if you know the most basic elements of comboing in either of those games, you're just like, oh, I can do the thing.
It's literally knock them in the air, do combos, repeat. the whole point is like get him in the air, you know.
Yeah.
And that's that's how those games work. And like I said, I enjoyed it. I think I've won one game ever online with you guys. And I forgot who it was I beat. I think it might have been Josh. But Akuma Matata, get out of here. It's juggling. Yeah, juggling. I know. I'm just being pedantic right now because it's 11:11. We've been going for 2 hours almost, so
we
like
went a little bit got a little bit verbose on the stream, I think.
Well, yeah, but because I had to have my ranty moments about Mark Waid and his idiot attorney Mark Zaid. It's like y'all thought you had a win and you wrecked it.
Dumbass people for you, man.
It's literally like it was that scene in Talladega Nights. That's near the end of the movie where like the girl is doing this inspirational speech about how what the cougar represents and this and that and the other and our fighting spirit, and then the other guy says he said it's like when Lancelot rescued whatever her name, King Arthur's wife from this and that and the other and blah blah blah, and then Ricky Bobby goes, Joey, everything Karen just said, you wrecked it. Mark Zaid, Bizarro Waid. I don't even say he's Bizarro Waid. I just think, you know what? To take a thing from Red versus Blue, I think that Waid was an AI, right? And that now they're splitting the AIs, and
No.
Mark Zaid is like Zeta.
Christ.
I don't know how many people keep up with Red vs. Blue, but just
I mean, I kept up with Red versus Blue like 6 seasons ago.
yeah, that's kind of it's funny because I got back. I started watching him again because me and Xavier were talking about it. He was telling me some stuff. I would like to see that, and it says it was so funny because I said, "All right, I got past season 13." He said, "Oh, that's all you need to watch. You don't need to watch anymore."
Season 13 might have been the last season I watched too.
Yeah, I think that was the one where I would say if they had to just end it, that would have been fine. But apparently they decided to go on. I was like, oh, whatever.
Well, I mean, of course, because let's be honest, Rooster Teeth Rooster Teeth of now is not the Rooster Teeth of yesteryear.
Oh no,
where
they've gone.
They used to make.
Mm-hmm.
They've definitely gone some places.
They've gone woke too, so
Yeah, my favorite thing about Rooster Teeth of yesteryear was the fact that they were you knew that all the stuff they were doing it because they had a vision.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, versus Blue is not it's not their passion project. It's just a product.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another product, and it's a namesake that they can be like, oh, we can release anything under this label, and it'll fucking print money.
Yep.
That's also why they keep making fucking Ruby.
Right. Yeah.
Even though it's been pretty well established that they basically abandoned Monty's vision, which is really shitty to fucking do.
That's not the only thing they did with Monty stuff. From what
I've heard some things.
Apparently they had, I don't know, his wife was a part of the crew or something like that, and and then they phased her out after his death. She was worthless.
I mean, phasing her out would imply that they did that slowly.
True, they just dumped her out essentially. Yeah, Red vs. Blue was Rooster Teeth. Yeah, a lot of people. I can't believe how many. I remember. See, when people say Rooster Teeth, I immediately think Red vs. Blue, right? Because that's
me too. Yeah,
that's the era I came from. I'm sure there are people out there. They hear Red vs. Blue, they probably think Ruby. So
Genlock or some of.
Yeah,
and I've seen some of Genlock, and I'm just like, eventually you guys will get good at making pieces look not shitty.
So what is it? Is it just like with Monty didn't get proper rest. His wife was even promised a role, if I remember correctly, only for that promise to be broken. Yeah. And then it wasn't Monty died from a allergic reaction, something that could have been he didn't. It's like one of those things. If gotten proper medical care immediately, he could have lived essentially.
Oh, he died at the doctor's.
Oh, okay. All right.
Went in for a routine, something that was very routine. He had an allergic reaction to whatever was given to him. He was on life support, and they're like, just you pull the because he was gone.
Right. There was nothing on Monty left, essentially.
Effectively, yeah. It sucked because like one of his close friends and the person who got him into animation, Shane, released this letter a couple years ago talking about like all the things that Monty wanted to do with Ruby, and Shane was like the person who was trying to carry that torch. And basically at every turn, even though Rooster Teeth was like, we're gonna honor Monty's memory, we're gonna keep Ruby because Monty apparently had several seasons of Ruby like planned, had a lot of the story planned out. At least he had major plot points that they could like, as long as they got to that plot point, it'd be fine. But Mr. Teeth pretty much scrapped it as soon as before his body was even fucking cold.
Wow. So Spork says he died because he was allergic to cats. His wife wanted the cat, so he got allergy shots, and it killed him. That doesn't surprise me because I have known people like my mom has to get allergy shots, and it's one of those like one of the protocols is you have to sit in the office after you get your allergy shot for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
To make sure you don't have a reaction.
Ones.
No, not even.
I had allergy shots.
Where the one that my mom goes, every time you have allergy shots, you have to sit there for 30 minutes.
Mine, my parents were allowed to administer after the first.
Well, then my mom's allergy doctor's ripping her off because.
Yeah, goddamn. Well, this allergy doctor too, like, he got in trouble later, because after a year of shots, he just suddenly declared me cured of all allergies, even though I very much was not.
You seem fine. Right.
The effects, the allergies are still there. The symptoms don't try to kill me anymore, so that's nice.
Right, I got
But he was like all proud of it, and we I guess they started talking to other doctors, and they're like, usually it's like a 2 years minimum that you're on this stuff before they'll even bother checking again.
Right.
And no, it usually does not completely get rid of the allergy.
No, I think
it just toughens your body up.
Yeah, I think when you get allergy shots, it basically you build a resistance of it for a while. Yeah. But it don't ever you're still gonna be allergic, and eventually it'll be worse than it was before.
Yeah. Exactly, long-term immunity. For me, I wasn't even cleared. I freaking was just less affected for a while, which was good though because I'm allergic to everything.
You're allergic to dick?
Ooh.
Possibly. But
I live.
Yeah, right.
Also, I have a very important message.
Minecraft
has crossbows now.
What does what right now?
What?
Minecraft has crossbows now.
Warcraft has crossbows?
Minecraft.
Okay. I was like, I was gonna say.
Hey, do I look like I play Warcraft? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't know. I don't know what you do on your free time.
Tom, I'm playing it right now.
Oh, you are? Wow.
I've played it for the last hour.
It's funny. I think isn't that like a new meme thing? Instead of saying "kill yourself, go play Minecraft" or something like that.
Probably is. I haven't heard it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Because I know, when one night Yellow Flash and the Umbrella Guy, they've started this new thing. Every few days they'll do a stream and they'll say monetizing Remphamus, where they just spend hours making fun of her and getting super chats for making fun of her.
And that's what I hope for us one day.
Oh yeah, I'll do it. I don't care.
Super chats just to make fun of people.
And she was complaining about it. It's like they're harassing, and then Yellow Flash he quote tweeted her. He says, "Yeah, keep it up. I want to do another stream. I've already made $1,500 off of you. I want to buy a new bike this summer." Yeah, there you go. It's like Minecraft yourself instead of. It's basically a way saying KYS, but without saying KYS. Yeah, go Minecraft yourself is basically.
I gotcha. Okay. I'm learning new stuff today.
It's kind of like if you instead of like saying in real life, it's like if you happen to fall into lava in Minecraft, I would not shed a tear. What I was trying to say, you just have to do breathing treatments and machines and shit. So you're trying to toughen your lungs up too.
Well, yeah, because it's all respiratory allergies.
Yeah.
Except for a couple of food allergies that we didn't give a shit about because I don't like those foods anyway.
Right.
But
Gotcha.
Kind of weird if you did like those foods.
It's like, oh man, what do you mean I can't eat Brussels sprouts? Oh,
they were like, you can't eat eggplant, and I'm like, sweet. When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Those aren't the lips I
like-
plan on using it with.
Right? You hear that, Mom? Can't eat that. They were like, you can't have these particular squashes and this and that, and I was like, you hear that, Mom? I don't have to eat vegetables.
Taste.
Oh man. Oh
I'm
man.
surprised we still have as many viewers as we do.
Yeah, this is a good night.
Right? 'Cause we were, like,
I
done
thought
with
for
the topic
sure
forever
when
ago.
we started ranting about fucking DMC and all this other shit that we were gonna have a huge drop off.
No, I think people are like, oh, they're finally fucking stop and talk about comic books.
They were like, oh god, finally they're letting their fucking vagina lips hang down. Apology, I think, but fuck it.
What?
No, it's fine. Like I said, it's just like that we're becoming all encompassing instead of limiting ourselves to one thing, because
Which makes sense.
But
So you're allowing more of the unjasoning to happen.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
You didn't want to word it that way, so I did it for you.
Yeah, I remember that like one of the first meetings we had after the thing. I was like, "Hey guys, what? We're gonna talk about Comicsgate." Okay.
And fucking that was. I remember because remember when the conversation, I think it was like you, me, Jason, and Daryl had. Where like trying to find a good spot to put Daryl, and we were talking about doing the one-man show.
Yeah.
And even though it was supposed to be his one-man show, Jason was still trying to do the whole, we're not going to talk about fucking comics game. Like, fucking gives a shit.
Yeah.
Let him do his thing.
It's his show.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Fucking,
It's Daryl's
you
show.
hate fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, I can see, that's what I'm saying. You try to complain about the comic book industry, but not mentioning one of the biggest stories out of the comic book industry in the last few years,
I mean, to an extent, I understood what he was like. I think what he was getting at, which is like, you don't want that to be the only reason why you're talking about a certain subject, but like, you haven't done that with you being at the helm of this shit.
Right.
Like, sure, this stuff, it's relevant. So as long as it's relevant, you're going to talk about it.
Right.
I don't know.
It's like, yeah, like talking about these lawsuits and stuff. I mean, that's just, it's relevant to, to everything because, as I said, the lawsuits are important. They need to, hopefully they succeed because maybe people will start pumping the brakes on some of the bullshit they're doing. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Pump them brakes. But, well, now we have officially gone over 2 hours. So, and I want to be ready for a Mercata stream because I think that starts in about 35 minutes, and I definitely want to catch that. So,
Tell me if it was awesome, because I'm gonna go be old and go to bed.
Be old and go to bed. Yeah. And if anybody who's got money, if you want to send Nick a super chat and advertise for us,
Right.
hey, I ain't gonna. How the best way to put this? I'm not gonna reject free for me advertising. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you showing up tonight. Thanks for sticking it out with us. And once again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Like it. Comment below if you want to watch it later. And stuff like that. And
Send me hate mail.
Send Piper hate mail. Call her a hole.
A hole.
I mean, that's not hate mail. That's just mail at that point.
Yeah. So yeah, and Tug. Yeah, I was gonna say Tug is gonna be on Arcade. I think Yellow Flash might be on there too. So
Nice.
that'll be a fun stream. Yeah, that'll be a fun stream. I'm sure it'll make fun of a good portion of people who need to be made fun of. But anyway, But yeah, so that's it for tonight. We should be back tomorrow night. I'm sure we'll find something to talk about. So y'all have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later.
Bye-bye.